Shady, I literally watching this game, I thought of my dog 2-5 because forever, to me, to James, to you at home, Jayden McCoy has been trying to get us to hear one simple truth, that Trevor Lawrence is not as good as many suggested he is. So, Shady, I ask you this question, and feel free to sound off. I know you're ready for it,
You want to take the whole segment?
We should.
Like James did last time?
No, you guys can do that really good.
Just how bad is Trevor Lawrence right
He's
now?
got awful, though. Hot garbage. The boy can't play. I'm being serious here, though. Years ago, right, the last 2-3 years, I've been saying, okay, he's so hyped up, right? They told us how good he was as a freshman at Clemson. He was so good, they said, yo, he can go to the NFL right now the next year. I'm like, dang. So as I started watching this dude, first of all, when Clemson was Clemson, he was there when Clemson was Clemson. That means all the top defensive players, all the top offensive players, linemen, running backs, wide receivers, etc. Right? And then I'm like, yo, what happens when you don't have them type of players? Then he gets to the pros, and we made all these excuses why he's turning the ball over, why he's fumbling the ball, why he's throwing picks. Man, excuses for him. His coaches was bad, coaches was bad. Cool. They go out there and get Doug Peterson. Now, I played underneath Doug Peterson. Hell of a coach. Not my words. Look at his resume. He's a winner. Everywhere he goes, he wins, and he's a champion. So now you have him. And then when you watch the games, he's still bad. They try to hide him by running the ball. They try to hide him by throwing these different screens, all this bull crap. But when you really look at his numbers, he's 20-33 as a starter. And I always ask people all the time, if Trevor Lawrence is so good, what makes him special? You know what they do, Acho? Because y'all all witnessed it. They start mumbling and thinking, well, this, well, that. There's nothing that makes him special. And I'm trying to think, when you paid him all this money, why? Tell me why, though. Because when we talk about Justin Fields, right, we talk about he does the most basic stuff, but he can run. We talk about Russell Wilson. All these other quarterbacks that's not that good that we talk about. But Trevor Lawrence, for some reason, gets a pass. And last night on primetime, you've seen it. You've seen an elite quarterback and supposedly another elite quarterback, and you've seen a big difference. He can't even touch Josh Allen.
Yeah, leave Josh out of it.
But I'm just saying, though.
Nah, but people didn't.
Right.
People didn't.
And there's times where, like, no. What I'm saying is, like, for example, if you play elite against elite, right? There's
They
always
compare Josh Allen to, Trevor Lawrence to Josh Allen.
What I'm saying is, James.
Oh, Jesus.
First of all, you're the second highest paid quarterback in football, for one. Let's get that straight.
55?
Josh Allen is the elite quarterback. He's top 2, top 3, right?
Yeah.
What I'm saying is, if you're an elite quarterback, you don't have to be top 3 to be elite, right? Well, how come when y'all playing each other, it look way different?
Yeah.
Like he didn't belong.
Yep.
He been trash. Y'all just seen it. I don't know what it is. So finally, y'all agree with me now? He was weak?
He's weak. He's weak. For sure right now, he's weak.
Hold on. Is he weak?
He's not good.
That's his word of saying weak.
That's his way of saying weak. Yes,
Different.
I said not
Is
good.
he weak, James Jones? Is the boy weak?
With the week. He double R.
He used his line. Double R. For everybody at home, double R. If you don't know what it is,
You tweeted it.
regular. Boy's weak.
Yo, I'm gonna put it like this, and I'm gonna try to keep it quick because I know we got a lot of stuff.
Don't keep it quick.
Okay, here's what I'm
You
thinking,
don't need to
man.
be quick. This is a big
Here's what I'm
deal.
thinking,
It's
yo.
a big deal.
Trevor Lawrence is atrocious for being Trevor Lawrence.
Explain, bro. Explain.
If Trevor Lawrence's name was Trevor Davidson and he didn't have the height, didn't have the expectation, didn't have the all-world ability that we said that he would have, he wouldn't be horrible. But for being Trevor Lawrence, for being the #1 player coming out of high school, then the #1 player coming out of college, then the best quarterback prospect at the time since Andrew Luck and John Elway, he's horrible for that. And when I'm thinking about it, and Shady alluded to it, but I'll just put it in more of an analogy for him, if you will. I remember hearing this one quote, and Shady, you're going to have to help me identify this. Rome, pull up that first whip, if you will. Shady, what kind of whip is that?
What is that?
Chrysler? Oh, Chrysler. Is that Chrysler 300?
That's a Chrysler 300.
I've never owned one of those.
No, bro, it's fine.
It's all
fine.
the jam in
But
college.
back in the day, when I first got to Philly, I would look at them joints, and I'd be like, oh, dang, is that a Rolls? Is that a Rolls? But the problem is, when a Rolls really pulls up, it's very easy to identify the difference. And yesterday, a Rolls and Josh Allen pulled up. And when that Rolls Royce pulled up in Josh Allen, next to that Chrysler 300 in Trevor Lawrence, it was real easy to identify which one was a Chrysler and which one was a Rolls. Because people tried to tell the world that Trevor Lawrence was a Rolls Royce. But the problem is, he ain't got the Rolls Royce rims, he ain't got the Rolls Royce tires, he ain't got the Rolls Royce wheel, he ain't got the Rolls Royce interior, and he ain't got the Rolls Royce value. Everybody confuses a Chrysler with a Rolls until Josh Allen pull up.
Acho, I had one of those. and the door opens way different. Way different.
Where do you come up with these analogies?
Hey, that was good, though, dog. Why you ain't call me something about the Rolls Royce? I could have stole that. That was
How do you come up with this stuff?
I don't know.
It's true.
He more like a.
What is he? Is he not even a 300?
My first car was 98 Maxima. He's like that.
98.
Because real quick, before I know you about to go, real quick though.
No.
We talk all this about Bryce Young, right? And they cut his leash short after 1 year and 2 games. Yeah. What's the difference?
Nothing.
If you put him with the Carolina, he look. You see, look like with the Jags.
You want to talk about equity a little? The only thing I'll say is, and I'm not comparing the situations. Trevor Lawrence has a playoff win. I was there on the sideline. He has got like a little bit more equity.
Crazy, man.
You said it. I'm just saying the equity. I don't even know how to follow you two. Hot trash garbage, Rolls Royce 300. Like, I'm just gonna say he's not doing really well right now.
Because are you saying it's a slump?
No, I don't think it's a slump. But he's not doing really well. I will say, I go back to last year though. And we weren't having this conversation. Well, I guess I wasn't on the show, so I don't know what you guys were talking about.
Recording week last year.
After his 8-3 start last year. And so I'm looking at it from a perspective, he was 8-3 last year. Yeah. And the narrative around him, that's what got him paid. That's what got him paid the $55 million because it's a bigger issue for me. It's a quarterback problem in the NFL. You see a team sees a guy that can do it sometimes during his career. We're throwing a bunch of money at him because there's no one else better than him right now in college. There's no one else better than him, in the NFL. And so my issue, and I'm going to show this graphic, is I try to dig into the why.
Got graphics, don't he?
Because I try to not just like put it out there like my opinion. I'm trying to say and dig a little deeper. Say why is he not good? The turnovers. 61 giveaways in the last 4 seasons. 40 of those are interceptions. The biggest thing I have an issue with, bro. Fumbles, 34, fumbles lost 21. It's the most in the NFL. So when you really break down the film, one, he's not playing with confidence because he's turning the ball over at a rate we really haven't seen in the NFL the last 4 seasons. I don't like to show graphics all the time. I'm graphic heavy on this show because that's the issue. You look into the play, they're in good positions. He's gotten worse as time progressed. He's on his second 8-game losing streak of his career.
Dang.
His second 8-game losing streak. And I can't sit up here and rightfully tell you as an analyst, well, it's because he doesn't have the players. Mm-hmm. Bro, they got Travis Etienne, Brian Thomas, they got Gabe Davis, Evan Ingram's hurt, it hurts a little bit. And so I just don't know, other than turnovers, he's not playing with confidence. I don't know what the deal is with him, but he's not playing well right now.
If the man's name was Trevor Jones, Trevor Daniels, Trevor Shady.
No.
No S on my name.
Try that
Come
again.
on.
No.
Trevor Acho.
Trevor Acho.
He's sorry, man. And we just got to keep it a buck. And I know sorry people like, man, they talking crazy. Might be the wrong words we use.
No, he's sorry.
But he ain't good. I watched this dude last night miss high school throws. Dudes is running across the middle of the field. He throwing it way over their head. Like, we got to stop with the excuses. We give too many of these quarterbacks excuses because they showed us a 5-game stretch to where, oh, man, he can play. Oh, he's like that. No. If we really look at Trevor Lawrence over the last couple years, Trevor Lawrence is an average quarterback in this league at best. You're talking about 61 giveaways. That's fumbles. That's picks. You're talking about 61 giveaways. We want to get on Jalen Hurts for turning the ball over, and he's winning. This dude is not a good NFL quarterback. He should not have been paid all that money. He makes nobody around him better. We talking about the Calvin Ridleys. We talking about the Christian Kirks. We talking about the Evan Ingrams. We talking about all these dudes, the Travis Etiennes that he has on his team, and we sitting here talking about weapons?
Yeah, no. I can't make that.
No, but no weapons looks like Buffalo. But we wouldn't know.
Right.
Because Josh Allen is that good. Trevor Lawrence makes nobody around him better, man. He's making the team worse. And then y'all always talk about Doug Peterson, a champion, a really good coach. He making him look worse.
That part, that's what's running me hot.
Oh, yeah, right,
He's
right.
making him look worse.
Yeah.
Trevor Lawrence, I'm telling you right now, Trevor Lawrence is not a franchise
They can't fire
They
Doug.
can't fire Doug.
They can't.
Doug's my guy.
He's the problem,
He's
bro.
making him look worse. Doug can coach. He has a Super Bowl.
But that's the thing is Trevor's making 55
Don't
mil,
do
so
it.
Trev can't get fired.
Don't do
like,
it.
don't finna get Doug fired, bro.
Real quick, after you tweeted, because I thought it was great what you tweeted last night about Trevor Lawrence. I quote tweeted you, and I asked the question.
What'd I say?
You didn't respond. I said, is Justin Fields better than Trevor Lawrence right now? Would you rather have Justin Fields?
I think they both now. We're being honest now. They both kind of in the same boat. I think Justin Fields can run, so I probably would take Justin Fields because he can run a little bit.
I really was.
But they both don't. They both is like.
Shady took Justin Fields.
No,
I know, that's what I'm saying. That's why I want
No, they can have coffee and have lunch together. They both is in the same boat. But this is real quick though. This is why I was so mad about the NFL is broken with their contracts. Now, just think about this for a second. On this world we living in, Jamar Chase, who's probably the best player on that team, you don't want to make him the highest paid wide receiver, okay? Justin Jefferson, even though he got paid, he fought and clawed and nails for that contract. Because a year ago, they didn't want to give it to him. CeeDee Lamb is a legit superstar in this league, and they didn't want to give him the highest paid wide receiver. But a dude like Trevor Lawrence can be making $55 million. A guy like Daniel Jones could make a big something deal in this league. Think about that, though. So my thing is like they value the quarterback position is so important, and it's like, yo, Baker Mayfield. I'm not even gonna hate on him, but like you've been regular too your whole career. You had a solid year. You was 9-8. And you went to the playoffs. Cool. But how are these dudes getting these crazy contracts?
That's a bigger issue.
I got a question.
But other players, you don't want to give it to them.
We got to go to
crazy.
break or we
Got to go to break because this next topic even better with all due respect.
Hey, put the garbage out. My mama says it's stinky. Put the garbage out. Trevor, go over there, please.
Hey, I think he grew up tonight. You think, Terry? You think?
Coming out party.
It's that one. No doubt about it. So much to say about Jayden Daniels. I love moments like this. It's hard to be a rookie in the NFL, so anytime a rookie can shine, quite literally a rookie at anything, it's great to give him praise. Chase, you played quarterback for 14 years. You know just how difficult it is to play at that position in the NFL. Was a star born last night in Jayden.
Absolutely, man. Look, I talked about this when I was breaking down quarterbacks for the draft. And I said Jayden Daniels is the most polished passer in the 2024 NFL draft. I got receipts. I don't do receipts a lot on this show, but I just want you to show. It was also a breakdown that I post on Twitter, 20-minute breakdown. And when I say that because you talk about Caleb Williams, right? Like, he's the most polished passer. I've never seen a guy before go through progressions, right? So you're going to number one, you're going to number two, you're going to number three. Quite like I've seen Jayden Daniels do it. Not only is he an electric runner, he's an electric passer. He's got a chance in the NFL to go down, and I know it's early, but just based on film, because that's all we got. You are what you say you are on film, right? Put it on film. He's got a chance to go down as one of the great dual-threat quarterbacks of all time, because when he's in the pocket, he doesn't necessarily look to run. Like a Lamar Jackson early in his career, before he won his first MVP, he would look at one progression, and he knew he was so good at running the ball, he would take off. Jayden Daniels, he's going through 1, 2. He's going through 4 progressions. He's running the offense like Cliff Kingsbury should, which he needs a lot of credit as well.
Yes, he does.
But I just love the way he's playing. He's playing confident. You know when a rookie quarterback is on the field on 4th and 4, and he's yelling at Cliff Kingsbury, he's yelling at Dan Quinn, give me the ball, like the dude's a dog.
Yeah, man, I love it. Here's what I know about Jayden Daniels. He is a passer that can run, not a runner that can pass, and that to me is a differentiation between a dual-threat quarterback. Jayden Daniels runs because he wants to. He don't run because he has to.
Yep.
A lot of young quarterbacks that are athletic, they just run because they have to, because they can't read a defense, because they don't know how to unveil a disguised coverage. But when you watch Jayden Daniels last night, he, from the pocket, picked the Cincinnati Bengals apart. And then when there was nothing in the pocket, he said, oh, I also have this ability to run. But most importantly, what I love from Jayden Daniels was his heart. With the game on the line, he said, post-game, Elisa Salters at the presser, he said they were in a zero blitz. That is the Cincinnati Bengals. He said this, I knew I was going to get hit, but I stood in the pocket and trusted my guys. So not only did Jayden Daniels have the will to stand in the pocket and make the throw, he had the skill to stand in the pocket and execute a perfect pass. Some quarterbacks have the skill to do it. Other quarterbacks have the will to do it. But to see a rookie quarterback both have the will to make the throw and the skill to land the throw, it was absolutely astonishing. Jayden Daniels was a star.
You know what? I can't say a star was born last night. I got to be honest, right?
Okay.
Muhammad Ali said this. He said, I already was a star. Just that y'all didn't know it. He been a star. Just we didn't know it, right? We knew he was going to come. We didn't know it was this soon.
I like that.
You know what? I had a chance to meet this guy. So me and Acho, NFL does a great job. They got some smart people up there. Yeah. And for the Rookie Symposium, all the top 50, I guess, players in college, they had this Rookie Symposium. And me and Acho went to go talk. So me, Acho, and Michael Vick. And out of all the players, right, because they do it in sections, he was so, like, in tune in the conversations, asking questions. And I said, yo, this is a student of the game. He wants to be better, right? Ask all questions about football and outside of football. And watching him last night, I could see it. His poise, right?
Yeah, that's good.
When he was running the ball, it's like, nobody's open, then I'm going to run. Like, he was so collected. I couldn't even tell he was a rookie. And another thing I want to say, I want to give Washington and Dan Quinn a lot of credit, right? The way that they're forming their team, they're all young, right? And they're all playing together. Do things like get a guy like Zach Ertz, a crafty, smart veteran. That was like a security insurance blanket right there, right? If you watch him last night, every time he's looking at 3rd and 1, 3rd and 3, 3rd and 5, he's hitting, boom. Scary Terry, a fast wide receiver that gets crazy busy with whoever the quarterback is. And then I look at the corner you got, Kingsbury, right? College guy that's used to having a guy that can run the ball and throw the ball. And you put him in an offense that fits well for him. There was a DB talking real spicy and crazy, right? Right? I forget his name. It don't even matter his name because he was getting burnt around. I don't want to give nobody credit saying their name on TV. They don't deserve it. But he didn't let that bother him, the quarterback, right? Jayden didn't even get mad about it. Cool. I'm going to beat you with my arm and not with my words. And if you seen last night the way he played, he shut all the doubt out. Yeah. For sure.
A star was born, fellas. A star was born. The best thing about that game, watching that game, is it never was too big for him. Fourth down didn't look too big. First down didn't.
And it's Monday night.
Matter of fact, let me switch it. First down looked like fourth down. Yeah. He looked like he just was chilling. I know where I'm going with the football. And it was all night long, whether it was him throwing, whether it was him running, it was all night long to where he was like, okay, Cincinnati, that's what you in. I know where I'm going with the football. I know the play I'm going to make. The special thing about him last night is I watched a young kid in his 3rd game out of college make every single person around him better on the offensive side of the ball. That's what a veteran quarterback does. That's what a Josh Allen does. That's what a Patty does. That's what a Lamar does. They make everybody around them better. I seen this young fella last night do that with Scary Terry, with Zach Ertz, whether it was first down, whether it was fourth down. He did that. And I do got to give credit to the coaching staff.
Got to.
Because Cliff Kingsbury said, you know what? You were never under the center in college. Why I'm going to put you under the center in the pros? Yeah. Just because that's what you're supposed to do in the pros? No. He put this young fella in the offense that he ran in college, and he ran it to perfection, and he's looking more and more comfortable every single week.
And you can get so much from watching the games and watching the tape like Chase just did, but a story is told if you listen to the players post-game. Scary Terry said in the locker room, that's the wide receiver, he said post-game, usually if they're in zero pressure, which he knew that they were going to be in, the defensive back will be inside leverage. He said he knew he was going to be in inside leverage. He said, but he got out at wide receiver, he saw the DB was in outside leverage. He said, so instantly he's like, I got to double move him. So Scary Terry's in real time like, uh-oh, the DB isn't where I thought the DB would be, so now I got to double move him. But the fact that Jayden Daniels and his wide receiver were both on the same page, James, you can speak to it way better than I can, but both on the same page, so still give him that double move.
Why did they double move?
And the timing worked, like, excellent. To double move also in zero pressure is low-key wild.
That's ridiculous.
You shouldn't have enough time to go ahead, Jay.
Hold on real quick. So you saying they broke the huddle. Ready, break. And he jogged out there, and dude was outside leverage, and he said he got a double on his own without telling the quarterback?
He's outside leverage right here.
He said, I may have misconstrued the pressure, but watching the pressure, he said, based on film study, Scary Terry told Kingsbury and told Jayden, hey, throw me a go ball. And then he said, usually they're in inside leverage. Right here. But then he said, but going out there, they was an outside leverage. He said, so I realized the only way, and you know better than I guess, outside leverage, you got to find a way to get outside, so that's why he double moved.
No question, because 9 times out of 10, you never want to run a go ball releasing inside as a receiver. You never want to leave the DB outside of you because the quarterbacks are trained to throw it to your outside shoulder. That's how they are trained. You know what I'm saying? So if they are trained mindset-wise, even if you are getting blitzed, even if you're standing in the pockets, to throw it to your outside shoulder. So if the DB's outside leverage and you release inside, you know naturally I got to widen. I got to widen it because I know that's where the ball goes 9 times out of 10. So for him to be smart to say, I got to double move him to freeze his feet so I can get outside leverage, that is special. But the best thing about it is, you've seen when he let the ball go.
Early, too.
He let the ball go extremely early. The only way you make that throw is if you have the perfect air on this football so Scary Terry can adjust to the football. If you throw this ball on the line or you put a little bit too much on it, this is not a completion. This is a special throw and catch by these two young fellas right here, because if the air is not right, Scary Terry don't get to it. If Scary Terry doesn't double move and get to the outside where this ball is throwing, almost out of bounds to Scary Terry's outside shoulder, it's not a completion. It's Cincinnati Bengals ball.
And then watching this, though, when you watching it, like, from home, you're like, yo, every receiver can't do this. So he knew, like, it's zero. I'm going to my main dude. And if you don't really know anything about Scary Terry, because he does play for Washington, they don't have the best quarterbacks, right? And they are at the bottom of the division for a couple of years. But this is the plays he makes. I watch him do the same thing to my Eagles. We're really good coverages. We're really good D-backs. So I guess in these type of games, you got to go to your number one guys. That's when we talked about having good wide receivers. Like, I know Josh Allen is different, but sometimes you need a special receiver to go do that for you.
I got a question for your offensive players before we take it to break, because, again, I played in the league but didn't play offense. Level of difficulty. Let me start left side of the desk. What was the level of difficulty between the pass and the catch? Just so viewers at home, they didn't play in the NFL, obviously. What's the out of 10 or out of 100? What's the level of difficulty?
Well, I mean, I can tell you as a player, no hyperbole. I looked at Next Gen Stats. It's the most improbable completion since 2016 for a Washington Commander. Since 2016, the most improbable completion, because you have a guy screaming at your face. A lot of quarterbacks don't have that courage to sit in there, and they sort of mess their mechanics up, and they don't hit that throw. He stood in there and said, I'm going to take a lick, delivered it with the air on the football. That is the biggest thing for me as a quarterback. You got to put air on that football to drop it in the breadbasket.
See, that's what I'm saying. We need a segment. Was it the throw or was it the catch? Because I know you play quarterback, but I'm more on the catch. The best thing about a wide receiver when the ball is in the air, zero panic.
Yeah.
Dude could be like this. Zero panic. If you watch Scary Terry, dude hits his arm before. And he is zero panic. He see that ball. He say, he going to let go of my hand in a minute. and then he squeezed that ball, I was like, and then he squeezed and hit the ground. I'm like, Scary Terry knows how to play the receiver. It was a better catch than the throw. No,
I mean, I just don't like how he left it out.
I want to ask Chase a question, though. Because, like, I'm used to being hit. Now, I never had no catches like that. But my question is, like, when you about to get hit, right?
You black out.
Do you feel it, though?
No, your adrenaline's going so much. And that was the last drive of the game when they completed the 4th down and 4 to Ertz, to your example. He was in the zone. And I've been in that situation a few times, maybe not in the NFL, but in college, where you are just tunnel vision. You were so locked in. He was doing that Mahomes. You know how Mahomes says, give me the play, give me the play, give me the play. And all the teams like, he's locked in. That's what you saw with Jayden Daniels. And you just let it go. I mean, that's a timing throw. I don't know if he can make that throw 9 times out of 10.
But I'm saying, like, when I'm getting the ball, if I'm about to catch the ball, I know he's about to hit me.
Yeah.
What up, YouTube family? Welcome to the facility. Thanks for watching, and you better be sure to hit that subscribe button if you want to get more highlights from the show and all of our exclusive content.